My life's work is to close the African American achievement gap by getting kids ready for college starting in kindergarten. And I'm a third generation educator. We were the folks in the rural South who had the one-room schoolhouse and ran school and, were deacons and, had church on Sunday, right? So education is what we talked about at the kitchen table. Education is so critical in the African American community because it's something that we were legally denied. And so my family has always been at the forefront of making sure that blacks have educational opportunities. What that means for me now is that I operate a network of 9 public charter schools focused on closing the African American achievement gap by getting kids ready for college, starting in kindergarten. It's grades K through 12. And we graduated our first class last spring, and now they're in college, and some of them with full ride scholarships to great places like Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. Fortune's education philosophy is called the 5 pillars: high expectations, choice and commitment, more time, focus on results, and citizenship. So everything that we do is aligned to that education philosophy. So when we talk about high expectations, we're talking about college. And career. We're talking about high expectations, not zip code expectations. So regardless of the background of our students, our expectation is that they're going to be competitively eligible for college and earn their dream job. That's what this is all about. What might you see at a Fortune school? We're a uniform school, and we wear our uniforms in a particular way. We have a longer school day and a longer school year. Our kindergartners are in school for longer hours than some high school students in the Sacramento region. By the time a Fortune school student is at the end of first grade, they have the equivalent of 3 years of school, not 2 years of school. So the thing is, we get better at what we practice at. Our kids practice math, reading, writing, and understandably, they get better at it. Even though some of our families may start behind the starting line, if you think about a race, because maybe they haven't had preschool, or maybe the parents and guardians in the household are not college educated. Even though those things may be true, they are not a reason why students ought not be at grade level after having a public school experience. That's the point we're proving. So there's still, right here today in California, a tremendous African American achievement gap. About 67% of black kids don't read or write at grade level. Over 70% don't do mathematics at grade level. Over 80% aren't proficient in science. So all of these great careers that we create as Californians in the sciences are not what our African American kids are being prepared for. It's truly a crisis. And as somebody who, one generation after the next has been devoted to the education of African Americans post-slavery, I have picked up the mantle and created this network of schools. But it's not me alone. It's a team sport. We name our schools after living local African American community icons, so that our scholars who go to school every day, they go to school with the name of somebody who is a role model locally in their community for them to look up to, which is why I was so pleased to name a school after Pastor Tecoy Porter College Prep.
Well, for black pastors that pastor in an urban setting such as ours, you're all things to all people. And so you're not just doing the work on Sunday, but it's Monday through Sunday that you're doing with outreach and educational things. And so we've always had a heart for educating our community and also just making sure that they receive the best of the best. So when Margaret Fortune came with her idea of placing a school on our campus and then she said, we'll name it after you. That was just the icing on top. But that wasn't the reason. The reason was just to serve our community and continue to do the work that I saw basically my grandfather and my father do in their ministries, just to outreach and to help our children, our community. As for what this has done for Meadowview and was done for South Sacramento, it's been a bonus, a boost. I always say this, in 2018, after the slaying of Stephon Clark, the world came to Meadowview. and it changed the lives of not only that family, but of course our church. My life was changed being a part of that situation and working closely with the family. And then I asked Margaret Fortune, she was one of the first person I asked to help me to help restore that community in a powerful way. And she immediately said yes. And with that, that's what this school has done to Meadowview, is to help restore it, and change the narrative of being, asking the question, what good could come out of Meadowview? Well, you know what good could come out of Meadowview? Tecoy College Prep, a fortune school.